Hello children, hope you all are doing good in your studies. Children, the teachers are keep on instructing you that you have to submit all your assignment. But some of the children are not yet submitting the assignments on time. You know that these assignments, these homework will carry marks. The 20 marks for the internal assessment will be awarded out of these homeworks only. So you have to do all the pending assignments and submit to the teachers. We were doing chapter number 3, force and pressure. We studied that the solids exert pressure on the surface, liquid exert pressure in all directions. Now we will see that like liquids, gases also exert pressure. You know, our earth is surrounded by air to a height of about 200 kilometers. This envelope of air around the earth is called atmosphere. Now, you know children, air is matter, so air has weight. The weight of air exerts a thrust on the earth. Thrust means perpendicular force on the earth. And the thrust on unit area of the earth's surface due to the column of air is called the atmospheric pressure, which is about 10 to the power 5 Newton per square meter. Thus children, a thrust on every 1 square meter of the surface of the objects is equals to 100,000 Newton. That means 100,000 Newton of thrust acts on every square meter surface of the object. So, we all are under such great atmospheric pressure. You know, the surface area of an average human being is 2 square meter. Therefore, total thrust of 200,000 Newton is acting on our body by the atmosphere. However, we are not aware of this enormous thrust, since the blood in the veins of our body also exerts a pressure called the blood pressure, which is slightly more than the atmospheric pressure. So this blood pressure makes the effect of atmospheric pressure ineffective. Now children, we will perform an activity which will show the atmospheric pressure. This is known as the crushing can experiment. You have to take a thin walled tin can which is provided with an airtight stopper. First you have to remove the stopper and fill the can partially with water, not fully, only partially. Heat the can over the flame of a burner. Now water will begin to boil. So what will happen? It will change into vapor. So the air pressure inside and outside the can is the same. Inside also air is there and outside also atmospheric air is. Now when the steam starts coming out from the opening, you have to put the stopper and then remove the can from the burner. Now you place the can in a tub of cold water and pour some more cold water into it. So you will notice that the can will collapse. So what has happened now? The reason is that when you are pouring the cold water, the steam inside condenses into water. So there is a partial vacuum created inside the can. Partial vacuum means empty space is created where there is nothing. So the pressure inside the can becomes very less and more pressure is acting from the outside, from both the sides on the can. This excess pressure from the outside the can exerts force due to which the can collapses. This experiment shows the presence of atmospheric pressure, because when the can was collapsing, there must be some pressure acting from the outside. So this pressure is known as atmospheric pressure. At sea level on the earth's surface, the atmospheric pressure is 76 centimeter or 760 millimeter of mercury column, which is equals to 1 atmosphere equals to 1.013 into 10 to the power 5 Pascal, where ATM is the unit of atmospheric pressure, and Pascal is the standard unit of pressure. Now one more thing children, as we go to higher altitude, as the height increasing, that means with increasing altitude the atmospheric pressure decreases. As we go higher and higher above the surface, the air pressure decreases. Like if we go on the mountains, the atmospheric pressure will decrease. It will have less value on the mountains. Now children, let us see some examples in daily life to show the existence of atmospheric pressure. When you drink with a straw, so what happens? How can you suck with a straw? When a drink is sucked with a straw, the air of the straw goes into your lungs, and thus the air pressure inside the straw decreases. So the atmospheric pressure acting on the drink exerts force on the drink to move up into the straw and then into the mouth. Similarly, when we blow air in a balloon, why does it bulges out? It bulges out because of the pressure exerted by the air filled in it. And it is due to atmospheric pressure that you are able to fill the ink into a fountain pen. Same reason. When you press the rubber bulb of the fountain pen, the air pressure inside it decreases. So the atmospheric pressure, suppose this is the ink pot, the atmospheric pressure acting on the ink pot causes the ink, forces the ink into the bulb, rubber bulb of the fountain pen. Water is drawn up from a well by a water pump because of the atmospheric pressure acting on water in the well. Okay, with the water pump, first the air pressure is decreased, and then the atmospheric pressure acting from the outside causes the water to be filled into the bucket. Now the syringe gets filled with the liquid when its plunger is pulled up due to the atmospheric pressure acting on the liquid. This will have the same reason. Okay, the syringe will be filled with liquid due to atmospheric pressure. Rubber suckers are used as hooks in the kitchen and the bathroom. They remain pressed against the wall due to the atmospheric pressure from outside. Children, you must have seen rubber suckers, how they get fixed to the walls and the doors. This is because of the atmospheric pressure acting on them from the outside. Now it is difficult to take out oil from a sealed tin, only one hole is made in it. But if another hole, that means if two holes are made in it, then easily the oil comes out. This is because atmospheric pressure acts on the oil due to air entering in the tin through this hole, and the oil then comes out of the tin through the other hole easily. So from one hole atmospheric pressure is acting and it's forcing the oil to come out from the other hole. Now you have seen lizards, they are able to move up on the wall and stay wherever they desire. This is because their feet behave like suction pads. So they remain pressed against the wall due to the atmospheric pressure. When their feet press against the wall, a vacuum is created between the body and the wall. So the inside pressure becomes less and the atmospheric pressure acts from the outside, due to which they remain fixed to the walls. The astronauts and mountaineers have to wear special type of suits to protect themselves from adverse effects of low pressure prevailing at the great heights. As I already told you, as we go to greater height, the atmospheric pressure decreases. So the astronauts and mountaineers have to wear special type of suits to protect them. Similarly, at high altitudes, when you go to the mountains or hills, nose bleeding occurs. What is the reason behind it? There the atmospheric pressure is low, but the pressure inside the human body will not change. Thus, the excess pressure inside the body compared to the atmospheric pressure causes nose bleeding.